Nicole?
What other research did you do for this?
Research for the Teardrop series. A lot. I mean, Fallen was the first time I had done extensive research for my writing, and I really enjoyed the backbone that it gave my stories. I read, that was biblical and extra biblical research and apocryphal research and anything related to angels. I just spent months and months kind of in the care of a very forgiving biblical scholar who just walked me through all these texts and helped me learn about angels' place in the world and out of the world. And so I knew when I wanted to write about a girl with powerful tears, I wanted to root it in something that I could study. And so in addition to reading scientifically about tears and crying and sort of some of the biological impacts that our tears have and the uses that they have, I started to read about flood narratives and water myths and these lost civilizations around the world that have disappeared under the ocean. Noah's Ark is obviously the one I was most familiar with when I started with this, but I quickly got sucked into the tales of Atlantis and Lemuria and Nu and Shangri-La, and there are all of these lost civilizations. Most of them we think we're used to the idea that there's an angry God looking down and kind of smiting an undeserving world, wiping them out, wanting to start fresh. And I had already sort of not replaced, but maybe suggested an alternative to the heaven-hell dichotomy in Fallen, replacing those two options with something like love. And I thought, what if love is the source of this kind of flood? Instead of an angry God, what if it's a teenaged girl who gets her heart broken, and that grief and that pain is so profound that it has this effect on the world? Because I do believe, and I hope that you guys believe, that our emotions are the most powerful forces in the universe. They can save our lives. They can destroy our lives. And in Eureka's world, I made those opportunities and possibilities literal, but I think I believe they exist for all of us, and that's a long answer to what research did I do. But basically, I read a lot of Atlantis mythology, occult books, archaeological books. There's the most convincing case I've read for the lost continent of Atlantis is he's an archaeologist in Massachusetts. His name is David Freund, and he thinks he found Atlantis off the coast of Spain. And he has completely convinced me. And I reached out to him. He had a book that came out about a year ago, and I reached out to him and we corresponded about it. And he gave me a lot of sources and a lot of more things to read about Atlantis. Because in this country, if you tell somebody you're writing about Atlantis, they either don't know, don't care, or think it's crazy and not true. When I was in Turkey and Greece for this research trip for Rapture, I would mention the word Atlantis and everyone there was like, oh, I know where it was. I have a very specific idea of where it was, when it sank, what happened. My great-great-grandfather is a descendant. You know, they take it very seriously and they believe in it, and that